Um, yes, hope this is being recorded. The purpose of this particular um, presentation, I guess you would call it, I would not know, is that how do one get to a point where it become e- emotionally, mentally, um, spiritually, this finding this balance, this peace, personal. And reading this book by Martin Lings. Prior to that, I was talking with a brother, Muslim brother named Bilal. You know, um, when it comes to um, being in a situation that is that I deem to be very disturbing. You know, but then again, someone would say that we are the sum total of our thoughts. The chapter of the book Muhammad is life based on the earliest sources. I got to a chapter and it says in need of a prophet. The Jews, the Christians, the Arabs, um, and then just someone or a messenger as well, or a message, someone that comes because of the misguidedness and erroneous misguided ways and erroneous paths that has people have become uh, driven by their base desires. I'm challenged by that, and but what stuck out was in that book, as I pulled it up, says that the meaning of the words, he should not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak. It's Surah 53:3, I believe, and associated too with John 16 uh, 3 as well. I always say that ignorance is the result of hostility. It is the that what you think you uh, learned, and you realize that there's more to be learned, and it's it can it can blind you. I think Elijah Muhammad says the hardest person to teach is the one who think he already knows, and that what you are teaching him, he's he's arguing against that what's being taught to him. It's yes, I'm still just trying to find that peace, brother, that balance. Some would associate that with my art, but everything must be supported by not Tawhid or unity. You know, oneness is stronger than conflict, and unity is stronger than diversity. So I'm in this situation for a reason. What is the example that I can set? Yes, as I try to improve upon for lack of words, my life. You know, well, I'm very grateful. Yes, it's very challenging because we're going to get to a point. We're going to get to this finding this peace or the path. Come into it. Come into it. You know, at least in the best way in application and the best way I can. I think I must also have some remorse about me as well. Yes, I'm not saying that I don't, but I do. I know that's clear. You gotta have some remorse. You know, change your heart, change your mind. You know, but as I was looking at something, and it was talked about the ignorant doer does not proceed on any path with knowledge. I say knowledge of truth. You know, for me, truth is the cause that affects one's reality. But why I say that is I'm gonna go on down because if it says that you know when the spirit energy, the spirit of truth is to come, he will guide you into all truth, and for he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak. He will show you things to come. I mean, we'll get to that in a minute. Just surface stuff. You dig deeper if you choose to go down and pull the water, get the water out from the well, and hopefully there is water there, and that the water is it's not polluted or contaminated. Yes, it's treasure, treasure. Yes, so it's treasure. So how so? The ignorant doer does not proceed on any path with knowledge. What would cause a people to think so little of themselves? You know, yes. Um, we all must keep good company with people. Yes, it helps us in our decision making because people say it is said that we're a product of our environment, but yes, also we are a product of our decisions that we make. You know, so yeah. Yes, but the ignorant doer does not proceed on any path with knowledge because his thoughts dominates his vow. You know, a vow that you make. You know, rich or poor, thick and thin, but your thoughts, you break the oath, you break your vow because your thoughts dominates the vow that you made. We say that every seed begins with a thought. It's a thought that all that we are is a result of thought. That's Buddha. Buddha. Hmm. Could be some conflict in that saying, you know. But the vow, the vow. Okay. Um, and something about a vow is also a release point as well. Hmm. Yeah. In the case of the knowledgeable, knows the truth, yet deviates from it intentionally. Intentions is judged by our actions intentionally. That which is lost when we take one's good intentions for granted. Uh, to do something else that's not being focused. That's your thoughts are dominating. Your thoughts are dominating. Yeah. Remember, it says, He will guide you into all truth, for he should not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear that he shall speak, he will show you things to come. Think about that now. Therefore, Allah exonerated his messenger and his message from being similar to the misguided ways of the Christians and the erroneous path, erroneous path of the Jews, such as knowing this truth and hiding it while abiding by falsehood. Rather, he may Allah's peace, and may Allah's peace and blessings be on him. Once again, in the case of the knowledgeable who knows, people who know the truth, yet deviates from it intentionally, do something else. Therefore, Allah exonerated his messenger and his message, two things, from being similar to the misguided ways of the Christians in the erroneous path of the Jews. May Allah's peace and blessings be on him. His glorious message that Allah has sent him with are on the perfect path, following guidance in what is correct. It is said, Marcus Garvey said, that error uncorrected becomes a fact, Muhammad was sent as a mercy for all that exists. He does not speak of his desire. Disconsiderate, which means thoughtfulness, inconsiderate. To think so little of what has been given to him or her, this life, this truth, this existence, and to think so little of this life and think so little of the life of others has become will result in misguided ways, erroneous path, that he or she becomes liable and lack of accountability, that he or she has misguided others. Yes. But this considerate, the feeling that accompanies an unsatisfied state, condition, an inclination is what things things a many as what you may desire. It is from an unsatisfied state of condition. The feelings that accompanies an unsatisfied condition is a feeling, a desire. Say he does not speak from his desire. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is to come, he will guide you into all truth, for he should not speak of himself, not speak of his desires, the feeling that accompanies an unsatisfied state. Yes, ones that feel a keen desire of something lacking, lacking, or something that is absent. You look at the word black, it has the word lack in it. But that in which he or she speaks not from his unsatisfied state of condition, but very thoughtful, think things through carefully when before making a decision. That's why it says there is no compulsion in religion. Compulsion. To be drawn toward to a course of action. We all have to face the consequences for our actions, whether good or bad, and we see what is challenged in the society today. The influence of people would call him Satan or Shaitan, but when it comes to speaking from an unsatisfied state and inclination, the feeling is a feeling that accompanies an unsatisfied state. Talking about desire. There was a song called Fire and Desire. Emotional, distorted thinking. Emotions are guided by our emotions. Inconsiderate, disrespectful, ill mannered, unnurtured, uncultivated, unrefined, thoughtful less thoughtfulness or thoughtless. Think so little of ourselves, think so little of life, think so little of what is required to be of some assistance in the best ways for others. Maybe remind me somewhat of the biblical patches of Jonah, you know. But even though that cargo represents wealth, it can be benefited for the people. Ah, man. Misguided, led, or prompted by wrong or inappropriate motives or ideals. Well meaning but misguided doers. Sincere ignorance. I believe Dr. King said something to that effect. I can't remember exactly what he said. Let's see what he says. Pull it, let's pull it up here. Yes. Dr. King quote on sincere ignorance. He says nothing in the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Yes. Erroneous, misguided, ill advised, misconceived, misleading, misinformed, ill considered, unwise, fallacious, spaceless, not based on nothing, inaccurate, foolish, faulty, reckless, like the prodigal son. Come on back to the right God. It's unsound, not a sound mind, not thinking, very unreasonable, deranged, imprudent, ill-informed, heavy-handed, tax a heavy burden on you and that which they are unable to do, and set the example for put that which they will place on you, that which they wouldn't want to be placed on them. Unsuccessful, thoughtless, think little of oneself. So I just want to do my best to um, find the or come into the peace and I think in the book talks about the peace that surpasses all understanding, which means don't have a retaliatory spirit, just the balance, man. I know that I've been contaminated, my mind been contaminated and corrupted, and so I'm just trying to reconcile the differences with myself as well as with others, getting back to the essence of my nature, just to be one, just to be one with mind, body, soul, and spirit. And everything is based on what the term called in Islamic language is Tawhid, not to mention the teachings of Ma'at, balance. And I'm not talking about any necessary, I'm not talking promoting. I'm going to be no religion. I go beyond race, class, gender, religion, politics, economics, education, and religion. Until the next time, man, thoughts of expression from the heart. Talk to you.